Hey guys, today I'll be showing you how to install WordPress in cPanel manually without using Softaculous. While Softaculous is the easiest way to install WordPress, it no longer allows you to install WordPress in its free version. So if you don't want to pay money to install WordPress, then the only way is by installing it manually. Installing WordPress manually is actually not that difficult. We can split it up into a 5-step process. So let's get started with step number 1. So first you need to download the most recent version of WordPress from the WordPress website. Simply visit wordpress.org/download and then click on the Download WordPress button to download it to your computer. If you're using a Mac and you downloaded the file using Safari, then it will automatically be unzipped, which is not what we want. To zip the file, locate the downloaded folder, right-click on it, and click on Compress to turn it back into a zip file. So we're now done with step number 1. For the second step, you need to log into your cPanel account. To access cPanel, simply type in your domain name followed by /cPanel. So log into cPanel. So in cPanel, click on File Manager. Then double click on public_HTML. And here you need to upload the WordPress.zip file. So click on the upload button from the top menu. Now you will be asked to select a file. Click on the Select File button and select the WordPress zip file you just downloaded. So once the file has been uploaded into File Manager, click on the Go Back to link from the bottom of the screen. Now right-click on the WordPress zip file you just uploaded and then click on Extract to unzip the file. From the pop-up, click on Extract Files. We are now done with step number 2. Now for the third step, we need to move and delete some files. After unzipping the WordPress.zip file in step number 2, you will notice a new folder called WordPress. You need to move the files in the WordPress folder back into the public_HTML folder. So double click on the WordPress folder. Now click on Select All from the top and then click on the Move option. From the pop-up, change the file path to just public_HTML. Click on the Move Files button. Now click on the back button to go back into the public_HTML folder, and you will now see that the files have been moved into this folder. With the WordPress files moved to the public_HTML folder, you no longer need the WordPress folder or the WordPress.zip file, so you can delete these. Simply select the WordPress zip file and the WordPress folder. With the folder selected, click on Delete from the top menu. From the pop-up, click on Confirm. We are now done with the third step. The fourth step is the most difficult part of this procedure, but don't worry, I will show you exactly how to do this step. For this step, we need to create a database. Go back into cPanel and click on MySQL Database Wizard. Now enter in a database name. This can be any name of your choice, as long as you enter in only numbers and letters. Note down the database name, as you will need it for step number 5. Click on Next Step once you've noted down the database name. Now you need to enter in a database username and a password. So I will enter in test user1 for my username, and I will have cPanel generate a password. So once you've entered in a username and password, make sure you note down both these things. Once you've noted down the username and password, click on Create User. Now you will be asked to grant privileges to the user. Click on the All Privileges option, and then click on Next Step. We are now done with step 4, which is the most difficult part of this procedure. So now all we have left is step number 5, which is completing the WordPress installation. In your browser, enter in your domain name, followed by /wp-login.php. You will be redirected to the Setup WordPress page. First, you need to select a language, so select a language, and then click on Continue. Next, you will see a screen showing the information required for installing WordPress. On this screen, click on Let's Go. Now on the next screen, enter in the database name, username, and password you noted down in step 4. Make sure when you enter in your database name and username, your cPanel username precedes the database name and username. You also need to enter in your host name, which you chose when you signed up for your hosting. If you can't remember the host name, you can view it in cPanel by clicking on Server Information from the sidebar. So for the table prefix option, it is recommended that you enter in some alphanumeric characters after WP. For example, you can enter in WP45 _. Click on Submit once you have entered all the required information. So if the information you entered in is correct, you are all set to go. Click on the Run the Installation button to continue. Next, you will need to enter in a site title, a username, and a password. So for site title, I'm going to enter in test site. Make sure you note down both your WordPress username and password, as you will need these whenever you want to log in to WordPress. You also need to enter in an email address. So the last option you can choose is the discourage search engines from indexing the site option. It is recommended that you check this option if your site is still under development so that Google does not index your uncompleted site. Just make sure you uncheck this option whenever you publish your first post. You can uncheck it later, anytime in WordPress. So once you've entered in the relevant information, click on Install WordPress. So once WordPress has been installed, click on the Login button and enter in the login information you noted down in step 5 above, and you will be logged into WordPress. That's it for this tutorial. If this tutorial helped you out, please like and subscribe as it motivates me to make more videos.